Okay, this lesson is about using Google Apps documents, specifically how to start using monthly progress reports. So let's get started. From the associate web page, you want to click on Documents. And you want to enter a username. In this case, we'll use a bogus username of test. Okay, everyone has a monthly progress report template. It's actually owned by Steve Webster, and it's shared by everyone who is a house manager or Scott, Cynthia, or Steve Webster. What you first want to do is make a copy of your template for a client, one of our kids. How do you do that? Well, you open up the document by clicking on it. And in the upper left-hand corner, there is a file. So you click on File, you choose Copy, and then this pops up on your screen. Since this is owned by Steve Webster and other people are collaborating on the document, it wants to know, do you want to make a copy for everybody? In this case, no, we don't. So we want to say Cancel. It opens up a new screen. It makes a copy of MPR template. So now we want to rename that. So how do you do that? You click File, click Rename. A Internet Explorer security script warning comes up. You click on it and you say temporarily allow scripted windows. And you repeat File, Rename, and then you want to change the name of copy of to something else. Let's say MPR and a client name. We'll call it John Doe, and it's for November 2007. And we'll save that. That changes the name. So now we have our own copy of the master. So now we can save and close. And it brings us back to the original document, which was the template. Since we don't want to change the template, we want to discard changes, even though we haven't made any, to close out. That brings us back to our document screen. You want to refresh the screen to see what has changed. So you press S5 or the refresh button. Here you will see that we have our own personal copy of the MPR template specifically for John Doe for November 2007. It was created and it's for me, in this case the test account test, and it's not being shared by anyone. So from this point you can now double click to open this up and make modifications to this for client John Doe, where you would type in the child's name and other pertinent information. Once you're done, you click Save and Close. However, what we typically do is share it with Cynthia, Scott, and Steve Webster. So you click the Share tab, you come over and make sure it says As Collaborators. Collaborators means other people can make changes. If you choose Viewers, they can only see and not make changes. So, instead of entering email addresses, we could just choose from contacts. So we click here, and we want to choose Cynthia, Scott, Steve, and click Done. And it populates our box. Now we want to invite collaborators. Pop-up occurs. Typically, the model for Google Apps documents is to send an email with a link of how to get to the document. Since we're working internally, we don't have to email anything. We can actually click Skip Sending Invitation. Over here you'll see it's populated that me, which is the test account, Cynthia, Scott, and Steve are now collaborators, which means any one of these people can make changes to the document. can view and change. So since we're done, we can click X and click Save and Close. And now we click Refresh again, and we'll see that it was created by me, which is the test account, but it's now shared with Cynthia, Scott, and Steve Webster. This concludes this lesson.